The stadium pumped up, full of expectation. Your commentators, Ryle Nugent and Tony Ward.
Thank you very much, Tom. It's that time of year. A sense of what might be prevails. The next 80 minutes of game time or so will frame the hopes and ambitions of both rugby nations for the next 7 weeks. So let's take a final check on the teams, starting with Ireland. And Healy, Best and Ross go in the front row. Dan Toohey in, of course, for Paul O'Connell. That is a big change. Heaslip takes over the captaincy. O'Mahony and Henry will flank him at the back of that scrum. Murray and Sexton at half-back. Marshall, the choice ahead of Darcy, alongside the Mercurial O'Driscoll in the centre. And a word for Rob Kearney, winning his 50th international cap today. And as for Scotland, well, they have plenty of power in the second row with Hamilton and Swinson, Richie Gray on the bench. The back row is mobile and strong. David Denton made his debut against Ireland back in 2011. Laidlaw and Weir, it'll be interesting to see how they go. At half-back, Taylor and Dunbar, untested. Hogg is a man who can score a try from just about anywhere. And there are the replacements benches. And the Scots have significantly more experience on that bench. The referee today is Craig Joubert of South Africa. He is supported by Jacko Paper of South Africa, Mike Fraser of New Zealand. Carlo Damasco is the television match official. And we are just about set to go at the Aviva. Already France and Wales dream of glory. England and Italy consider how they have to dust themselves off and find a winning formula for next week. Such are the slim margins at the RBS Six Nations Championship. It's game 1 for Ireland and Scotland, game 3 of the weekend. And the Joe Schmidt Six Nations era is off and running, and Dave Kearney takes the ball in for Ireland. Dave Kearney, of course, scoring 2 tries against Samoa in the November internationals. O'Mahony takes the ball on for Ireland. No doubt he will fill a leadership role with O'Connell gone. Sexton sends one for Trimble to chase, but it's taken well by Stuart Hogg on his 16th international cap. A Lion, of course, last summer. Ryan Grant takes the ball up for Scotland. The opening 10 minutes, a statement of the obvious, no doubt, but they are vital for both sides to hit their patterns, hit their straps. For Scotland, particularly away from home, they will want to stop the tide of emotion that always follows home international. Dan Toohey makes a tackle in midfield alongside Devon Toner, who was also there, and through the hands Scotland go, and it's Ryan Grant who holds on to the ball, taken on by Laidlaw. And then Jim Hamilton in to carry all 6'8" and 19 stone. It's charged down but picked up by Kelly Brown for Scotland.
Didn't survive the clean out.
Slower ball for Laidlaw, but there, and Ireland up quickly to make the tackle before Scotland got across that gain line. Laidlaw again. It's good ball retention from Scotland, decent defence from Ireland. Both sides doing the jobs asked of them in this opening minute and a half. Ireland trying to hold Scotland up in midfield and create a maul. Doesn't work. It's now with Duncan Weir in midfield, and the first chance for Hogg to go, and there was a decent break from the full-back. Quick ball again for Scotland. Hogg sets it up again, and Scotland go crashing in. The ball should be there and is there for Laidlaw. O'Driscoll first up. Ireland's line speed decent, and Murray Lowe crashes into the Irish defence. Options both sides for Scotland. The narrower of the two is the choice. And Ireland's defence again. It's been noticeable how many times Stuart Hogg is carried. And here he is again as Conor Murray gets to him. And Trimble is there as well. Ireland don't commit too many to that ruck, but Scotland are now finding some ground and breaking the first up tackles. O'Driscoll slow to get to his feet, but back on his feet, and it's taken on by Sean Lamont. And he takes a couple of players to put him to ground. Ireland in trying to rescue the ball, but it's there, and the referee says holding on, and he's hot on this. He's very, very hot on this, is Craig Joubert, but pretty breathless opening 2 3/4 minutes, Tony Ward.
Well, you've been talking non-stop there for 2 minutes 50 seconds, and it's nothing Ireland didn't know before this game kicked off. They have got to be so prudent when they kick the ball that A, the kick is good enough, and B, the chase is there. It all came from a kick by Sexton, a little bit overcooked. Trimble didn't manage to bat it down. Hogg got the ball, and Scotland, as we know, will hold on to the ball as long as it takes, and that has been for over 2 minutes, nearly 3.
Craig Joubert, the referee, is consistent in his refereeing of the breakdown, and he does not like players holding on, and he also hopped on releasing the tackler. So we'll see how that goes. Here's Rory Best, 71st international try against New Zealand before he went off injured. There's Heaslip. Good line out ball. Marshall was exposed to the tackle but did well to readjust and set it up for Murray in Ireland. Feed Rory Best again. Tackles come in from Scotland. Ball there for Murray, and now for Dan Toohey, an Ulsterman, in for his 8th international cap, his first one at the Aviva Stadium. All the rest have been on tour duty for Ireland. Murray and Sexton, and now Marshall. And Marshall sets him up, but the door is closed by Taylor and Dunbar, the big men in the Scottish midfield, and they go after the ball. There's Moray Lowe, and the referee sealing it off against Chris Henry, and the penalty is there for Scotland.
And to be fair to him, he is very consistent in that area, whether it's holding onto the ball or whether it's going off your feet and sealing the ball. I actually like him as a referee. I like to see no ambiguity in that area. But again, little hint from Ireland, they're trying to do the same as Scotland, and that for me is what they've got to do. They've got to be patient, they've got to go through the phases and be every bit as physical in possession of the ball.
And so an opening opportunity then for Greg Laidlaw. 25th international cap, his 4th against Ireland.
Excellent.
Scored 21 points over the years. This is the 129th meeting of these sides. Five minutes on the clock. First opportunity for Scotland, on its way and off the post. And it's a simple tap down for the 50 cap man, Rob Kearney, and the opportunity gone. Just a word, should have said it if you joined us late on the conditions. Absolutely ideal after a horrible week across the country. It's dry, there is not much in the way of wind, nothing significant in terms of affecting kickers or hookers thrown into the line out, and the pitch in immaculate condition as Stuart Hogg raises one, and Sexton comes and claims, and he's hit by Lamont, and into touch it goes, and that's good work from Scotland, who take it quickly as Ireland look to set the line out. But it's Hogg in midfield, and he's got pace, and he breaks the line and offloads, and it's with Duncan Weir, and Ireland quickly there and do better than that. They've turned it over according to the referee, and Murray looks to dig it out, and Ireland assess the opportunities, and the decision is to kick for touch. And the right decision, because Scotland had men over, no chance of running it from there for Rob Kearney. But you just see it, there's a sense of expectation from the Irish crowd, but it's Scotland who've had the ball in hand and have played most of the game in Irish territory, have had the majority of the possession, and from their perspective after 6 minutes it couldn't have been much better, albeit that they've left 3 points behind them.
Yeah, there's a real sense, absolutely, that was a let-off for Ireland, undoubtedly. Laidlaw should have landed that, but there's no doubt there's a sense of urgency about this Scottish side. Ireland caught nothing with that quick throw.
Forward and the Scottish line out don't claim their first throw in, and Sexton again goes high, and back there is Hogg, but he's met by a combination of Ulster's Trimble and Marshall, and we heard Ronan O'Gara talking about kicking to claim possession, and that's just what Ireland have done. And here goes Rob Kearney. Now they have pace, and he slips, straightens the line, looks for the offload back inside, but Sexton had just overrun him. So Conor Murray for Cian Healy gets the ball, but gets the defender, who's Ryan Wilson as well. A first foray for Ireland into Scottish territory down the narrow side. Sexton will chip in behind, Stuart Hogg across, and he finds touch, but deep inside the the Scottish 22, and Ireland will have the put in to the line out.
Much more like it by Ireland. Two really purposeful kicks from Sexton. That time when he put up the Gary Owen, it allowed the chasers time to get under it, and through a little bit of counter-rucking when Hogg got the ball, Ireland turned it over. It allowed Carney the chance to break wide. He slip set it up, and that was a prudent little chip through, or rubber through rather, by Sexton, and it gives Ireland the throw. First time inside the Scottish 22.
Best for Toner, and down for Chris Henry, and immediately Ireland go to the maul. And Scotland go to ground, but Ireland readjusted, and Henry still has it at the back, and Scotland lacking numbers to stem the flow as Henry readjusts, and Murray has his hands on it, but the pack have gained momentum now, and they plough on towards the Scottish line. Scotland back doing just enough to hold them up for this moment. Where's the ball? Murray goes looking for it. Can they see it? O'Mahony digs it out. It's there again. Cian Healy, their hands all over it, and Healy tries to use the boot, but Scotland say, and the referee agrees, the maul was formed. Ireland didn't use it, and Scotland hold on with inches to spare.
A fantastic maul by Ireland, but again the right call by the referee.
No obligation to have to roll away. It's collapse maul, turnover scrum.
Right call again, the equivalent to a choke tackle. Ireland didn't use it or lose it, and that is exactly what happened, put into Scotland. But a tremendous ball, it has to be said, from that throw by Ireland.
It looked like Scotland hadn't committed enough numbers to try and stem that Irish maul, but they regrouped just in time, and because the ball didn't come back, it'll be a scrum and a put into Scotland, and the first scrum of the day on 9.5 minutes. Murray Lowe, Ross Ford and Ryan Grant in that front row for Scotland. Mike Ross, Rory Best and Cian Healy for Ireland.
Stand up, please. The gap is too big, guys. We're going to come closer together, please.
Just on the conditions, you know, I think it's a real positive that. I mean, it's absolutely perfect playing conditions. And when you think of how they had to train all week in Carton House, the negative today, clearly losing O'Connell, but a real positive when you wake up and you see these sort of conditions facing you, it sure helps get the mind right.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Cian Healy and Murray Lowe on this near side have drawn the attention of the referee.
Okay. Back to the 5. So Lucid, I want you outside, please. Outside, do the Lucid.
Irish crowd find their voice. Good to see that just about everyone had taken their seat by the time the anthems rolled around, creating a bit of an atmosphere.
Bind! Set!
Here we go then. In it goes, and Ireland get the shove on. And that's good work from the Irish scrum, but Scotland, to their credit, just about hold on through number 8 Dave Denton, and the troops arrive. Captain Kelly Brown in to ensure Ireland can't get there. And Ireland being warned about their offside line. Devon Toner up quickly to make the tackle, but the ball should still be there and is there for Craig Laidlaw, and Ireland try to get there, but the kick is a decent one. It's going to fall just about on the 22, maybe just inside, and the scrum will be, or the line out I should say, will be to Ireland.
Really good work there by both Denton and Laidlaw. Laidlaw getting the kick away, but Denton in particular, scrum under pressure. O'Mahony managing to wrap himself around the number 8. The number 8 having to really fight for the ball, but still he managed to create the platform, and Scotland worked it free. Good kick too by Laidlaw, taking play up to the 22.
Well, the last time Ireland worked the maul from the line out. Now Dave Carney, the winger, goes into midfield, but they've got to secure your possession first, and Ireland couldn't do that, and Maitland fires it downfield, but Rob Carney, well, he was always going to run as soon as he saw Scotland's line slow to react to that kick from Maitland. Conor Murray didn't get the protection he needed, but Scotland penalised at the breakdown. Penalty against Kelly Brown. In his 12th international as captain on his 61st international cap, and he's the man who's given away the penalty and an opening opportunity after 12.5 minutes for Jonathan Sexton. The effort from Carney The referee not happy that Brown had rolled away, which is just as well because the protection wasn't there for the ball for Conor Murray, and Ireland have got the penalty.
But someone will have to explain to me, it's one of the phenomenons of the modern game, what that kick from Maitland was all about. It was a nothing kick to Rob Kearney in midfield. At least if you're going to kick it from there, put it up parallel to the touchline. Get it as close as you can to hem them in. But it allowed Kearney run back into midfield and create this opportunity for Sexton now.
Needs 7 points to move him to third on the all-time scoring list for Ireland. 301 points. His 39th international cap and opening opportunity. Scotland couldn't convert theirs. Ireland do. 13.5 minutes gone. It's the home team that hit the front. Ireland 3, Scotland 0.
And they may be seasoned professionals, but I'll tell you they're human too. The first game always difficult. The nerves there, getting that first score on the board helps enormously. Individually for the kicker there in John Sexton, and collectively for the team.
Duncan Weir will restart. And again, it's Kearney, as it was at the kick-off, who claims possession for Ireland and sets it up for Conor Murray. Sexton keeps the ball in hand. O'Mahony goes on a little arcing run, sets up possession again for Murray and Sexton. And again, it's Gary Owen, but that one came slightly off the side of the boot of Jonathan Sexton, and it's competed for, and the referee says off blue, but Ireland fall on it and secure possession. Second time now that's happened in the opening 14 minutes, and the ball goes across the line, and Henry is there, and now O'Driscoll, and O'Driscoll looks to commit the man running out of room and just offloading on the ground to Henry, who spilled it, and the opportunity gone. O'Driscoll choosing to straighten the line and try and hold on as Scotland came across defensively. Ireland were going to run out of space, but the pass to Henry just didn't stick.
No, I think this is brilliant play. It might look a simple thing from O'Driscoll. I think that is absolute brilliance because he read it so well. Scotland had them on the drift. There was no point in putting the ball outside. They were being forced across the touchline. He did right to hold on to the ball. He committed the drift players and still managed to almost get the pop pass away. A difficult one for Henry. He might have taken it. Was he used to playing alongside him? But that is brilliant. That's what makes O'Driscoll so special in my book.
Jamie,
it's those little things.
There's a lot of talk coming from the rest of the boys. I'm real happy with that talk.
Ryan O'Driscoll, 15th cap against Scotland, 5 tries in his time. We won't like this stat, but he's the oldest player on the Six Nations squads this year. He's still one that Ireland want and need in this push for the 2014 RBS Six Nations Championship. It's been a long goodbye and still plenty in it.
Stand up, please.
It would have been even more important today in the dressing room, given what happened this morning with O'Connell being out, because there are certain figures you look to. O'Connell being out, O'Driscoll is now and would have been that man this morning.
Another word from the referee, Craig Joubert, to Cian Healy about his positioning going into these scrums.
Thank you. Yep. Crouch! Excuse me, you're not going to buy the free kick by moving your head. When you come down, you stay there. Once you find your plate, don't move out. Crouch!
Little prop forward positioning joust between Healy and Lowe.
Set!
Steadier scrum from Scotland, having been pushed off it the last time, and Maitland has the platform. There for Weir. Midfield is Dunbar and then Lamont, and O'Driscoll and Henry combined to put him to ground. Laidlaw, Swinson, winning his 4th international cap, takes it on, ball through the hands of Taylor, and now Maitland and Denton. Ireland in trying to compete, and Johnny Sexton got a shoeing as he was on the wrong side. Marshall with a big tackle in midfield, but there for Laidlaw again, and back inside to Maitland, and there's some big hits. The ball goes backwards, says the referee, and Marshall using his strength. His colleague Rory Best there to support, but the ball back on the Scottish side. Denton drops the shoulder. Scotland retaining possession. This time it's the big frame of Duncan Taylor at 6'3" and 15 stone, who's used as the battering ram, and Ireland not rolling away, and the penalty comes.
Okay, all right.
They're using the big men, Scotland.
I realise it's tough, but I'm setting a high standard.
Driving into that Irish defensive line.
And that's something I think people have got to be aware of. This is a big, physically big Scottish side, and all week they've worked on the physicality at the breakdown in the tackle.
Oh, there's a shoe-in for Johnny Sexton. Well, you look where the ball is, and the only thing that they'll say is that the foot is going backwards rather than down or frontways. So,
no, I picked that up a couple of minutes ago when it happened, and I cannot understand again how a touch judge can be 15 metres away and not pick that up. The ball was nowhere near Sexton. And I think it was Kelly Brown responsible. Way out of order.
Opportunity to tie it up. And he's walking back towards the halfway line is Laidlaw. Knew it was good from the moment he left his boot. 18 and a half minutes gone. Ireland 3, Scotland 3.
Conor described Laidlaw beforehand as just a good rugby player, and I agree with that. I've seen him played against his dad, who's a fine all-round player too. But certainly Greg has all the bits and pieces. He can play equally well at 10 if the need is there. He's a tremendous all-round footballer, and if the Scottish pack manage to get any sort of superiority, they've the right man in the right position to exploit it.
Gone a little flat and quiet around the Aviva as Sexton restarts, sends it long, and it's Laidlaw who's there. Trimble tried to get to him, but scrum half got the kick away. Here's Rob Kearney. He's seen plenty of action in the opening 20 minutes. Brings the ball back up to the line, and it's there for Ireland, secured by O'Mahony, and there for Conor Murray. Slow, but there. Cian Healy takes two to put him down. Ball presented for Conor Murray again. Sexton, Best. Murray was on the loop, but Rory Best held on. Murray keep that Scottish defence honest all afternoon. His darting breaks. O'Driscoll stop and little kick over the top, and Kearney goes after it, and he's tripped accidentally, says the referee. O'Driscoll chases down and makes the tackle on Lamont, and it looked like the big winger might get away. O'Driscoll had the pace to get there.
Ball is available.
Scotland secure possession.
Yeah.
And a kick from Craig Laidlaw out between the Scottish 22 and their 10-metre line.
Again, little touches from the maestro. Beautiful kick there by O'Driscoll. I mean, sometimes his kicking can go a little bit awry, but that's perfect. I've looked a little bit iffy now, I have to say, watching that again.
On first glance going through, I didn't think there was anything in it, but there was definitely a veering of trajectory from Stuart Hogg, and the left leg came out. He'll claim accidentally, and the referee and touch judge didn't see anything in it. Good line-out ball from Ireland. Marshall in midfield.
Advantage. Offside.
Scotland offside. Advantage there for Jonathan Sexton, but he's hit hard. The referee correctly says no advantage accruing. And it'll be another penalty to Ireland in a very kickable position for Jonathan Sexton. Just
backline coming up before
over the halfway mark at the Aviva Stadium on this Sunday afternoon, the first one in Dublin for the 2014 Six Nations.
A little example there again defensively, what Dunbar and Taylor as a combination are capable of. Very physical, not particularly creative in an attacking context, but they will put the shoulder to the wheel, and you could see there with that tackle on Sexton. It's one of those days, any penalty kicking opportunity, you just got to take them. And this, we won't say it's a gimme, but relatively easy given what he's capable of. He should get this, Johnny Sexton.
through the routine, on its way, and confidently struck by Jonathan Sexton. Gives Ireland a regained lead. 22 and a half minutes gone, 6 points to 3. One of the Scottish players, I think it's Sean Maitland, receiving attention, but he's back on his feet as soon as I say it, and back to resume his position on the right wing.
Well, 2 kicks to 1 after the opening quarter, and you've got to say that's about right, but it could be either way. Nothing in the contest.
And you would feel the 2 coaches, Scott Johnson, under the circumstances, away from home and underdogs, will probably be the slightly happier of the 2 coaches. And this one is one for Carney to chase. Denton waits, Carney goes after, Denton knocks forward, and Ireland look to take advantage and look to go wide, and O'Driscoll can see the space and straightens it up and passes to Marshall, and Marshall into the Scottish half. Carney on his shoulder, Trimble outside him. Scotland did well to get there in numbers. The ball is laid back, but Ireland haven't been able to control it, and Scotland have turned it over. Got the numbers there, and it's in the hands of the captain, Kenny Brown. Disappointment for Ireland, taken on by Moray Lowe. O'Mahony trying to rook through Trimble also, but the ball is there for Hogg, who is the stand-in scrum half. Laidlaw, and through the hands it goes. Out wide is Duncan Taylor. Tackle from O'Driscoll. And Henry in to try and rob, and Best adds his weight, and Ireland fighting at the breakdown, but it's there for Maitland. Carney across to make the tackle. Counter-rooking again, and the referee says that's okay. Ball stays in play, and Mike Ross along with Cian Healy, the first to get there for Ireland, and it provides a spark, and it's a real dogfight on the ground for possession. Scotland just about win that one, and then the little delicate kick for Maitland to chase, and Carney came across and did just enough. And a couple of Irish bodies slow to get back on their feet after a fairly significant effort from both sides, but there was some serious counter-rooking going on from both sides in that passage of play.
Well, the physicality at the breakdown is there for both to see. I listened to Scott Johnson earlier in the week, and he put a very heavy emphasis on it. There again, I mean, that is what Laidlaw does so well. He's the presence of mind to look up to see where players are. That little dink over the top, which looks an easy skill, but to spot that the gap was there, and Maitland could well have got on the end of that. Well read by Carney, but certainly very, very physical, as we expected.
Yeah, it's game management, I think, is the best way to describe it from Laidlaw at scrum half for Scotland. O'Mahony, so often in the wars, it'll take a lot to drag him from this pitch. Ross Ford then, Scotland's line out. He's missed 1 or 2, but not on that occasion. They set it well. It's with Denton. They go to the maul.
Ford, don't swim!
Devon Toner warned to get back, which he does, but the advantage is still there from the referee for Scotland. And in midfield, they just about get it away. And Stuart Hogg gets his hands on the ball, and then it's offloaded to Duncan Weir, but the referee is going to come back.
Collapsing one, yep.
Collapsing of that maul against Cian Healy. And an opportunity.
Number 1, collapsing maul.
For Scotland, if they choose to take it on, draw this match.
My hand. Yeah.
Maybe just outside the range, as the decision is for Duncan Weir to go down the touchline and give Scotland the advantage of the put into the line out. Probably could have got a bit more out of it. It's a line out outside the Irish 22.
But certainly you can see Scottish confidence growing, and to be fair, while they're not creating a lot, they're willing to put width on the ball, and they are moving it from touchline to touchline, even going up the line now. That's a little message if they can do something off this throw now.
Up go Ireland. It was O'Mahony who got a big hand in there to secure possession on the Scottish throw. Murray completes the job, and the chase is on. Maitland waits, watches, claims, and fires it off to Hogg, and they immediately look to counter-attack Lamont, and then out wide it's Dunbar back to Lamont again. Ireland across quickly to make the tackles. Barkley is there or Brown I should say, is there to pick it up. Scotland have possession again.
Use it!
Referee warns them to use it. Ross Ford takes it up and just about gets to that gain line. It's a war of attrition. Ball kicked over the top. That's a good kick. That is a very, very good kick, but equally terrific defending from Rob Kearney. Well, that is a superb piece of skill from Kearney on his 50th cap.
I mean, that's why he is the Lions player he is. That's absolutely brilliant. I mean, most would have just given that up as lost and just taken the throw, because it was a brilliant kick, I've got to say, by Duncan Weir. But great play by Kearney, and it takes play midway between the 10-metre line and the 22, albeit the Scotland throw.
Ball claimed by Swinson, and Scotland have it in midfield. Ireland looking to try and get them all formed, and they're competing again on the ground, but it's there for the Scots. Weir, Hogg looking to go outside Kearney, little kick in behind to chase lots of Irish players there, and the ball beats everyone to touch. But again, Scotland beginning to probe, as Tony said, growing in confidence, going through their patterns.
They are putting width on it, and they have the confidence to do that. That's a really intelligent kick at the end. I know it's an Ireland throw, but Scotland are playing in the right areas of the field, planting little seeds of doubt.
And the possession statistics and the territorial ones favour Scotland. The scoreboard is just Ireland 6-3 as we head towards the half-hour mark. Mahoney from Rory Best.
Okay, 3 out. Through the middle, Fawn.
And Pat Small is the referee's decision.
Get in there, Mark, get in.
And Scotland are fighting every inch at the breakdown. They're giving nothing up easily, and even when it looks like it should be Irish possession, Scotland making it extremely difficult and giving Conor Murray a very hard ride at the back of that Irish ruck, maul, scrum, whatever it might be.
Just going to say that the contact area is almost like a throwback to the old days of these internationals between Scotland and Ireland, when anything went, a boot went in, an elbow went in, and that's what it's like out there now. And it's putting it up to the referee, and Scotland got their way. They've got the scrum now, and this is a real opportunity. First chance indeed they've had in this area.
Crouch.
Crowd raise their voice in support of Ireland's defensive effort. And the scrum is a good one from Ireland, but Denton still comes away and goes down the short side, and he's got great strength, and he's almost there, held up just short. Similarly to the other end, it was inches, and he knows how close he was. But off a retreating scrum, how well the number 8 did, and Ireland just got the numbers there. Murray, O'Mahony combining to stop Denton from scoring the opening try.
Tremendous leg strength by Denton and determination, and O'Mahony's role in that absolutely crucial at the corner flag.
Toohey claims in the line out for Ireland. Murray needs the protection, gets the kick away. Kearney goes in chase, but this one is heading towards the touchline, and Maitland makes sure with a foot in touch that that is the decision. And we put into Scotland. Good kick from Conor Murray.
A really good clearance kick by Murray. But Denton going ever so close to making it in at the corner. Tremendous work, and by Kearney too, it has to be said. Dave, that is.
Denton, along with Richie Gray, sort of burst onto the scene and maybe haven't lived up to that level of expectation on a match-in, match-out basis, but Denton's gone the right way about his start to this one. Murray again. The decision is kick. Kearney watches, Maitland comes. That's knocked forward by the Scottish player. Both wings slow to get in their feet, and the referee's going to give an opportunity for both to have a moment to recover. It looks on first glance that Sean Maitland is the one who's come out of that the worst. Nothing in it, both players competing in the air, but you could see the way Maitland came down. That looks very, very sore.
Oh, I'd say he's done some damage to his ankle. I'm not sure what exactly, but we're talking possibly a little bit of ligament damage, the way he came down.
Ooh, a little bit, might be understating it, Tony. That looked significant.
It's not beyond the bounds that it could be a break. Let's hope not. It's such a different game now. With it. You know, we sometimes call it aerial ping pong, but it's much more than that. Players are so competitive for the ball. I mean, wings are almost like second rows now. They're expected to be able to compete for the ball in the air, and they do.
Yeah.
He's getting back to his feet, which is remarkable. Surely not able to continue. And go towards the Scottish bench. A sad sight. Sean Maitland leaves the field of play. They have Max Evans come in to win his 38th international cap.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And there he is.
So lost ball in the air, scrum green. Not okay to go on the ground for minutes.
Evans playing his club rugby at Castra now. Hasn't scored a try in his last 20 caps for Scotland. So we'll resume the put into the scrum after that knock forward.
Bind! Stand up, please.
I suppose if you're Joe Schmidt and the Irish team, you'll feel there's far too much of this game being played in the Irish half of the pitch.
Yeah, although it's nothing that he wouldn't have expected. I mean, the one thing definitely, they would like to hold on to the ball a little bit more, because stating the obvious, it's a hell of a lot easier to play with the ball than without the ball. And certainly Scotland, when they have it, are holding on to it that bit longer. And as you say, in the right area of the field from a Scottish perspective.
Bind! Set!
Well, Ireland have looked to have the edge in the majority of the scrums we've seen so far. It's got a bit messy again as the front row goes down. They've also had the better of the line-outs.
Just come this way, please. Mike, you're going to monitor this side, all right? Okay, can we get closer, guys? Yeah.
But I heard Brent alluded to it earlier. I was listening to the interview with Johnny Beattie yesterday on radio, and he made that point, and obviously Johnny played a lot in the back row himself, clearly, but he was making the point that they don't use a roving seven anymore, a mole, a burrow, whatever you want to call him, a forager. This is a very strong back row, and that is the Scottish pack. They're big, they're uncompromising, and they are very, very physical.
Ireland again get the shove on, and it's there for Conor Murray, and now Jonathan Sexton. O'Driscoll, pass doesn't go to hand. Kearney goes scampering after it, and it comes back off a Scottish player, so the referee says play on. Ireland not controlling it, and on goes Taylor, and there for Laidlaw and Weir and Denton, and tackle comes in from O'Driscoll, whose pass gave the possession away. Laidlaw, Weir, straight running in midfield from Wilson. Scotland still have possession, ball slow, and
let it go now, Green.
Hamilton tries to dig it out. It's there for the scrum half, and Weir drops back in the pocket, was thinking about a drop at goal but changes his mind and offloads to Hogg, and Devon Toner and Cian Healy get their hands on them.
Missed it.
Healy slow to get up and looks to be in some pain. We'll keep an eye on that one as Lamont runs into Henry and O'Driscoll and Marshall, but ball is protected well. Healy continues to receive attention. 2 second rows combined for Ireland to
run away, Green.
Put up a wall of green in midfield as Weir and Scotland again come in search of unlocking this Irish defence. Lovely little offload there from Hogg. Ireland across in numbers. There's the ball. The referee says it's being held onto by a Scottish player, and the penalty goes to Ireland.
We are watching the definitive war of attrition. It is all of that and more. I don't think I can recall a line break so far in the game or anything remotely close to it. But look at the physicality there in the breakdown. Every player who joins in is giving us all. I think Healy's all right, but he certainly shipped a knock on his hip, I think it was, limping a little bit.
And no clean line breaks. Scotland have come closest to those line breaks, with Stuart Hogg in particular. There he was again, and it was just the way that Healy fell, with a little bang on the way for his trouble from his Leinster colleague Devon Toner, but it seems okay to continue. Ireland looking for something before the break. They lead it by 6 points to 3. It's a better line out. Oh, the referee says not straight.
Again, good
back
call.
we come.
We're over it here, and that was called by the touch judge. And there he's acknowledging it. Mr. Joubert, right call.
Guys, we're getting some really good engagement, so let's just make everyone a good one, huh? You can do that? Of course we can. Yeah.
Well, such has been the close quarter nature of the battle. There's been very little to enthuse the crowd or bring them on a wave to encourage the team. It's very much just settle down and watch the arm wrestle.
One's got to feed off the other. Crowd needs something to get into, and it just hasn't happened yet.
Denton at the back of that scrum peels away and is allowed to make significant yardage before he's put to ground by Conor Murray, and then the kick in behind, which Dave Kearney that is, read all the way. We're up to try and block it down, but the kick comes in from the winger, and it's a good kick. Brings play up towards the halfway line, indeed into the Scottish half.
Really well read by Dave Kearney there. At that time he wasn't there initially, so when Laidlaw looked up, he saw the gap, and then Kearney moved back into position to take it. But great work again by Denton. He's really impressed me in this opening half. Talk about getting down, getting dirty, getting physically, but breaking the game down.
This one is one for Evans to chase. Kearney does well. Conor Murray digs it out. Chris Henry is the first receiver, runs into a big tackle from Swinson. Murray, Sexton, little dart from Johnny Sexton, and away he goes, and Sexton is into open country now. Sexton, the options out wide is Jamie Heaslip. What a pass from Sexton. Heaslip drops the shoulder, and is Heaslip going to get there? What an effort by Sexton. What an effort by Heaslip. The television match official will have to decide. It'll be about a foot in touch. It'll be about the grounding. But a spark at last.
Leading up to the grounding.
And what a spark at the Aviva.
That is all.
Well, if this is a try, watch for the wonderful, indeed, whether a try or not, a wonderful pass from Sexton at that distance. Heaslip, captain on the day. Foot in touch, it seemed, before the grounding. Did it touch the white line, or was it above the white line?
It's going to be close, but I don't think it's a try, and it's a pity because that was sheer class. And even the way he rode the tackle there, Jamie Heaslip, on the break originally. We need another angle than that one, but it looked to me on the first showing as if he may have been on the line before he grounded it.
Feet are above there.
Yeah, that's the point. That can't be given. What a break by Sexton, and support from Heaslip.
I have a decision.
Standing by.
Foot in touch, line out, 5 meters by blue.
Thank you.
So close. So close, but the right decision on the evidence we saw. And the line out goes to Scotland, but a spark at last, and the crowd lift their voice. And Ireland get in to disrupt, and Mike Ross has it. And Ford is offside, but Healy deals with him. Murray sets it up. O'Mahony needs to pick and go as Healy is pushed backwards. 5 meters away, minute and a half left on the clock before the break. Sexton, kick was supposed to be crossfield, but it was a miscue, and after a moment of magic from Sexton, he didn't execute that one well, but there was an advantage, and back will come for the penalty to Ireland.
Not the greatest kick by Sexton, but in his defence he did know it was coming. He knew the penalty was coming, so it was a free play as such.
And the decision, particularly wide out and particularly at this moment, is to go for touch and set the lineup, and no doubt the maul, if Ireland can secure possession from this line out into the final minute of this first half. A first half that was slow to ignite, that has burst into flames from an Irish perspective in the last minute and a half or so, and they'll be looking to continue that vein as they set them all, and Heaslip is there at the back, and Murray tries to direct, and the referee says that's okay, and Heaslip sets and Murray picks, and Scotland do enough defensively, and the line out, or the clear out is there, and Healy picks and goes, and Murray is back on his feet, and it goes to Toohey in midfield, but Scotland have the numbers there. A big tackle from Alex Dunbar. Possession still there for Ireland. Marshall, Sexton, Carney, out wide, Trimble! Andrew Trimble, right on the stroke of half-time, gets Ireland's opening try of the Six Nations campaign for 2014. And something to celebrate at the Aviva for the Irish crowd.
And there is the reward. And Dan Toohey did so well under the post there. After that is basic. It's a case of numbers. It creates the space for Trimble, and in he goes. But treaded Ireland well for going for the corner. And I think that was the right call. Normally I would say take your points, take your penalty. But there they were right to go for touch, because there are so few opportunities in getting within try-scoring range. Good call. Basics in the end.
13th international try for Andrew Trimble. Rob Kearney shipped a big knock on the lead up, the final pass to that try, and he's slow to get to his feet over there on the far side. But they'll have the opportunity to make sure he's okay in the half-time break, which will come after this conversion attempt. And he looks okay as he walks in a straight line back towards the Irish half.
Yeah, I understand.
Sexton then to give Ireland a 10-point lead going to half-time. Crowd groan, and the kick goes left and wide. But Ireland do have the lead. There was a lot of bish, bash, bosh, but eventually we got a try for Ireland to brighten up the scoreboard for the home team as they head to the break. The half-time score at the Aviva is Ireland 11, Scotland 3.
Thank you for your cooperation. Enjoy Scotland second half.
Quick check of both sides. No changes from the teams that finished. Of course, Scotland have already made that change due to the injury of Sean Maitland, and into the game came Max Evans. Rob Kearney a little bit concerned about him going in at the break, but he is fine. And our referee Craig Joubert is just about set to go. Wherever you're watching this around the world, we've had messages in from New Zealand and Australia, South Africa, Bermuda, Japan. Hopefully we will have a more enjoyable, in terms of the contest, and more free-flowing rugby in the second half. As far as the scoreboard goes, the home fans will be happy in terms of the performance. We'll look for a little bit more. Away we go at the start of this second half, and immediately it's the kick from Weir that's fielded by Rob Kearney. Sexton suggests that the chase should be on, and Kearney dutifully goes after it. And the ball just seemed to take a breath of wind of some description, as it looked like it was into Kearney's hands, but got away from him. Over the top of Dave Kearney goes that kick, and he needs to react quickly as two Scottish players, including Max Evans, are up in chase, and that is good work from Scotland. Took advantage of that ball dropping in midfield and immediately put themselves deep inside Irish territory, trailing at the moment. And they need, as we often say at the start of a second half, the first score of this second half is absolutely vital in terms of the momentum and the mindset of these sides.
Yeah, well, Duncan Weir is renowned as a kicker out of hand, but at times can be a bit hit or miss, but certainly that was a really good kick, and it's taken Scotland where they need to be at this point in the contest.
Taken by Jim Hamilton at the back, and Scotland look to set up a maul, taking their time to organise. Ireland look to disrupt Cian Healy in this near side, but Scotland hold on to the ball and they now have advantage. The referee indicated it and then put his arm down, so it's a crossfield kick, and Carney watches it all the way, and into touch it goes, and there was advantage being played, and it's a penalty to Scotland. It's against Devon Toner, and it's, well, straightforward. Carney reappears. His momentum took him out of the stadium.
Again, the free play, that time to Scotland, much like Sexton had in the same 22 in the first half, albeit from this side.
Of the maul, not through the middle.
This you would expect a straightforward kick for Laidlaw to narrow the gap to 5.
There's a slight delay as the Scots go looking for their kicking tee, which will arrive. Ireland only lost one first round game in the Six Nations since 2004, in the opening game, that is. So often hear the coaches and the players talk about that M word, momentum.
Dare I mention Cardiff this time last year?
Indeed. On its way, and up go the flags, and it is Scotland who strike first at the start of the second half. Almost 3 minutes gone in the second half. Ireland 11, Scotland 6.
Precisely what Scott Johnson would have asked of his team in the second half, that they had to get the first score. That was absolutely vital, because you felt if Ireland could put another 3, 5, maybe 7 on, it would be a long way back from the Scots. Now we've got what we've always had right from the kickoff. We've got a dogfight.
Sexton's break, and one moment that illuminated this game so far in terms of individual skill. Ireland, in search of his restart, have claimed possession, and it's there for O'Mahony, who played well for Ireland in the first half. Sexton attacks the line. Carney thought about the pass but holds on to possession instead. Safety of the pack is there. Better clean out work. Henry puts the head down. Cian Healy gets beside him, and Ireland again commit numbers. Slower ball but still there, and O'Mahony is hit by Kelly Brown, but the momentum keeps going for Ireland, and they're into the Scottish 22. Heaslip pops it back into Rory Best. Scottish tacklers, including Ross Ford, there to make the tackle. Here's Sexton back to Healy. Healy spins out of the first, and Tui goes in to make sure the ball is protected. Murray wants quick ball, but it's slowed down. Sexton, tight space. Pass was cut off, and he had to hold on, but Ireland inch forward. Henry did well to readjust, gets the momentum going, and Ryan Grant over on the wrong side, but the ball presented for Ireland. Lovely little pop pass back inside, but watched all the way. Dave Carney ran into a very strong tackle. Ball is still there for Ireland. O'Mahony puts the shoulder down. Lamont makes the tackle. Both sides options, but it's Sexton who's picked out, and the pass doesn't go well. Go to hand from Sexton to Rob Carney.
Knock-on option, Lannard.
A better ball retention and protection and dynamism from Ireland.
Yeah, again highlighting the player you alluded to there. I thought that was a forward pass again. From that often happens from Conor Murray. The scrum half gets away with a forward pass with that reverse inside. You can see what Sexton was trying to do, but I'm just going to make reference to O'Mahony again. I mean, he's so good on the ball. His upper body strength, his leg drive, he invariably gets that forward momentum. It really is a great find for Ireland.
Crouch!
Ireland, of course, next week at home to Wales. Scotland have England. Scrum, and it's one that Rory Best tried to get against the head. Has he managed it? He has. The ball pops out for Conor Murray. Now Luke Marshall in relation to space out wide. If Dave Carney can get a hold of the pass. Terrific pass from Marshall, and good defence from Scotland, because it looked like Carney was away. The ball should be there. It's not there. It was a question of whether it was in touch. The referee decides penalty Ireland.
Off your feet.
You know, this is a big call. I mean, is it the same as before half-time? Yes, go up the corner again, and I agree with that.
And it all coming from an effort from Rory Best in the Irish scrum, and another wonderful long pass in midfield. Last time it was Sexton, this time Luke Marshall. And Kearney was almost away. The penalty came, into the corner it goes. Line out. And the ball from here.
I think that's significant too, the passing. That is Smith's trademark.
Taken by Toohey. The train gets moving. Heaslip at the back, and Heaslip over the line. Try Ireland. He came so close in the first half, but Jamie Heaslip, captaining Ireland today, scores his 9th international try. Ireland's second on the day, and that one right off the training park and executed as they would have wanted.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, and that coming from a pretty boy back, I can assure you, has full appreciation of the effort, the work, the rehearsal on the training paddock that went into that, and they literally walked their way over. But that takes a lot of work, I can tell you, in terms of preparation. Brilliant. The throw, the take, the patience, the organisation. Look at that, in he goes. Anyone could have scored in the end. As it was Heaslip. Well worked, well deserved.
Credit to Best and Toohey in their roles of setting it up, ensuring that Ireland secured that possession, and it gives the scoreboard a better gloss from an Irish perspective, with Sexton's conversion attempt to come. You can see it. Flags up. Almost 8 minutes gone in the second half. Ireland lead it by 18 points to 6.
Yeah, and in the context of this match and the way it's gone so far, that is a big lead. I mean, really, it's going to take 14 points, 13, but 2 converted tries to get Scotland back in front again, and that is a hell of a hill to have to climb.
Underway again, and Dave Kearney, as he has done on a number of occasions throughout this game, makes the call. Heaslip steps out of his way, it's set up, and Conor Murray sends the ball downfield for Denton, lies in wait, and Hogg is called into action in the pass crossfield to Weir, and immediately Scotland look to respond. Taylor sets it up, Laidlaw goes forward, and then Swinson, middle of the field, options both sides. Here's Hogg, Denton again. Ireland line up the tackles, and Toohey combines to make the Scottish player retreat, and again Ireland's first up tackling is good. Hogg, that's a movement. O'Driscoll stands his ground. Taylor is put to ground, and there's another competition for the ball on the ground, but Scotland do just enough to hold on to possession.
Okay. Another 7, use it!
This is Ryan Grant.
3 green away! Let him run.
Laidlaw with the kick. Lamont and Trimble, the try scorer from the first half, wins the ball, but it's not controlled.
Lost full green.
It's possession to Scotland, who will get the put into the scrum.
But there we see, you know, that encapsulates the limitations in the Scottish game. I mean, it looks well, and they are putting width on the ball, but they're going nowhere. Look, from the time Denton gathered Murray's kick, and you've got to look at the net gain at the end of it all. In the end, it took a spilled ball from Andrew Trimble, I think it was, to give the scrum to Scotland. But that came from a kick, and that's what they're being reduced to, because the Ireland defence is on top, and Scotland are failing to threaten despite the amount of possession they have.
This time, please.
Scottish replacements. It's no great urgency, make their way down towards the goal line to warm up. No suggestion yet from either bench there's going to be any change, and Ireland get the free for the engagement of Scotland at that scrum, and Heaslip's not hanging around. Eventually put to ground. Murray has a little look to see what the option is. The kick is called, and Trimble goes in chase, but plenty of Scottish cover back there as Hogg, as he so often does, looks to turn defence into attack. Lamont there to help him. And possession back with Scotland, maybe a little cheaply given away by Ireland on that occasion. Here's Weir, and then it goes to Taylor, who's going to overcook that one. And if Ireland guilty of giving it away a little cheaply, Scotland return the favour.
But again, that's shocking play. Like, you know, when that's psychologically demoralising for everybody to see that as the end product. And that was really just a hopeful kick, a bit of a Hail Mary job. Absolutely shocking. I mean, even allowing for anyone can make an error. But look how far he missed the line by. You've got to say the Ireland defence, without the ball, Ireland are still controlling this game. Scotland not threatening despite possession.
Down from Devon Toner to Conor Murray and Jamie Heaslip, who continues to grow into this game.
10 blue, let it go!
Murray. Cian Healy takes 3 to put him to ground. Sucks in the defenders. Murray looking for quicker ball. And eventually he digs it out, and Heaslip offers himself again, and Jamie Heaslip looking for the runner, and eventually finds Conor Murray, and Murray bobs and weaves and then offloads to O'Mahony. Scotland scamper back, make the tackles. Healy direct and hit hard on this occasion by Swinson. There for O'Driscoll, and Johnny Sexton. Luke Marshall has Trimble outside, and Marshall attacks, and just as he was about to try and get the pass away, is put to ground. But Ireland protect possession particularly well. Looked like Marshall might be a little isolated, but the numbers got there. Tui takes it on. It's there for Conor Murray. It's better from Ireland, and Scotland being asked to do a lot of tackling and organise their defence, and it takes its toll as Ireland continue to probe. Good hands from Sexton again, and Marshall. And just as I say that, the ball doesn't go to hand, but it was knocked forward.
Off a blue hand.
Off a blue hand, says the referee, so it'll be a scrum and a put into Ireland, whose centres are both slow to get to their feet. O'Driscoll holding his head, Marshall his stomach.
I think that's given a knock-on that the referee has gone for against Sean Lamont
number 17, Alistair Dickinson,
in the end. But you've got to say, right, very impressed at the breakdown, like when Luke Marshall went in there, immediately the number of green shirts that arrived, that the numbers are there at the breakdown, and Ireland are re-securing possession. And as we said in the first half, when Scotland were dominating that facet, it's a hell of a lot easier to play with the ball than without it.
And Luke Marshall's okay. It may actually be his left arm. He was very exposed in terms of 2 tacklers, one going high, one going low, and he got caught in the midriff, but it's his left arm that he was holding as he went back, but okay to continue.
Ross, did you understand? Just thought you got a nudge on the set. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, so if they nudge you, I'll do something about it, but don't phase.
It's a negotiation at scrum time.
All the way through.
Crouch! Yeah. Bind! Set! Yep.
Murray told to feed. And Ireland look to get the shove again. Heaslip controlling. Not prepared to let it go. The front rows go down, and it's popped up for Murray and Marshall. Tackled by Weir. Murray again, looking for the runner, who's Brian O'Driscoll, to put him to ground, but O'Driscoll gets across the gain line. Ball reasonably quick. Cian Healy in midfield, but Scotland, led by Denton, make the tackle, and the ball just about for Conor Murray. Heaslip once more continues to carry for Ireland.
Onside, yeah, no!
Murray again. Best. Scotland's line up reasonably quickly. It's Ross Ford, best opposite number, who makes the tackle. Murray, Sexton, O'Driscoll, Sexton on the little wraparound, Alan Leinster, Murray, and then Rob Carney. And Carney sets it up, and now it's Henry with Trimble outside him, and Ireland are 5 metres short. Scotland compete, but the ball there for Murray and O'Mahony, and O'Mahony goes to ground with O'Driscoll on his shoulder, and Scotland are penalised, and Murray has a little go himself. Advantage being played to Ireland. O'Driscoll plays scrum half. Devon Toner runs into Ross Ford and is sent back to where he came from. Cian Healy goes but forgets the ball, and eventually the referee says no advantage accruing, and we'll come back for the original penalty.
Okay, guys,
and now, Tony Ward, do you go for the post or the corner? Surely now it's take the 3 points.
I think Johnny may go for the corner. Where the call mine, I would take the kick, because suddenly you're more than 14 ahead if he lands this kick.
Your mates with Oaks and all this kind of thing. The fact of the matter is, every time there's something, you're involved. Not again. Do you understand, Jim? Yeah.
That was pretty clear.
I would take the points here. They're having a discussion about it. Yes, right call in my view.
Heaslip, O'Mahony, Best and Sexton.
But Heaslip was the one there who made the definitive call.
Absolutely.
As he should, as captain, but he did. And that's the point. He really has, as you said, grown into this game, Heaslip.
Yes. Johnny, I understand and you're right, and I have just had a word, and yeah.
Just over 16 minutes of the second half gone. Up go the flags for another 3 points for Ireland. A little smile from Jonathan Sexton. And it's 21 points to 6. And there's a sense that Ireland feel comfortable.
Well, yeah, 15 points makes such a difference than 12. I've got to say, I felt for Sexton there, because that kick was actually pretty close to where he missed the one against New Zealand back in November. So psychologically, that was an important kick for him, and he really nailed it right down the middle. Big kick.
Changes for Scotland. 19 and 20 have come in, which is Richie Gray and Johnny Beattie.
All right, we'll play on. I'm sure they'll let me know.
And
captain
means Kelly Brown is gone. The captain.
19, Richie Gray replacing number 5, Jim Hamilton.
And Jim Hamilton makes way for Gray.
Johnny Beattie replacing number 7.
It's Rob Kearney on this occasion who claims the restart for Ireland. And Jonathan Sexton back from Murray. And the kick down the middle of the field, which is Evan Hogg. Options. Ireland need to have their line absolutely right defensively, and they haven't, and Hogg gets through. And then it's knocked forward, I think, from Beattie, but the referee looks at the touch judge and he doesn't give it, and Scotland keep playing. And Scotland have a man out wide, and it's Evans, and he had to stoop to gain possession, and that was a moment of momentum that allowed Ireland's defence get back. And Scotland desperately in need of the next score. Still plenty of time on the clock, but they've got to find a way through, and Beattie seems to bring that spark.
Turn over good!
Ireland go and search at the breakdown, and have they turned it over again? The referee suggested that they have, and now when the ball doesn't come, he penalises Scotland for holding on.
Well, look, both sides know how consistent Joubert is in this area, and again today, to be fair, he's refereed both sides the same, and that's all players ask. Hold on to the ball and you're likely to get pinged. But good work again by Ireland at the breakdown.
And they're going to get another moment's rest. Here's Chris Henry going in. He's the one that's going to receive the attention. It was he who went after the ball. And Healy down there as well. You can see Henry going in over Alex Dunbar.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
The Ireland back row has been very impressive as the game has gone on. I mean, all three of them have been very, very conspicuous. Henry and ball carrying, O'Mahony defensively and when carrying the ball. And the work there at the breakdown on the deck. O'Mahony there in the first shot, you could see how hard he was working, preventing Scotland play it back and eventually forcing the referee to give the penalty.
And into touch it goes, and I suppose it's noticeable in this second half where we were calling the name of David Denton significant number of times in the first half for Scotland. He is, while the Irish back row have pushed on, Denton has gone out of the game in terms of a force, which he most definitely was in the opening 40.
And clearly you've got to look at what's in front and the performance of the front five.
6-on-6, fine.
Healy too has been a big figure.
Rory Best, Devon Toner, Conor Murray, and now Jonathan Sexton and O'Driscoll. And O'Driscoll's pass was dangerously close to being intercepted, and Dave Kearney did what he needed to do. Heaslip plays scrum half, Murray, Sexton again. Here's O'Mahony, Sexton on the loop, he loves to do that. Marshall comes into the game, Trimble changes the point of attack, gets hit hard, But decent variation from Ireland as the ball is kept alive. It comes back quickly. Richie Gray gets his hands on Rory Best. Ireland have significant numbers over here. Cian Healy barrels his way through 1 through 2, and away goes Healy, and he's got pace away from Richie Gray. And a despairing tackle from Weir puts him to ground. Conor Murray caught in possession. And now it's there for Heaslip, who picks it up and tries to keep the momentum going for Ireland. Heaslip with Sexton there, needs more. Marshall arrives, Ross also. Healy, terrific break, plays scrum half now. It's on to Toohey, and Ross Ford makes the tackle on him. Murray is sucked in. Someone else is going to have to play scrum half. It'll be Peter O'Mahony. The ball slowed down. Mike Ross wasn't expecting that, but looks to get to ground and recycle it once more for Ireland. Scotland have competed well and come away with it, and it's Beattie who offloads to Wilson. Now there for Weir, and they has men out wide, and he was just about to kick and recognise there might be a bit of space to attack as Evans is tackled by O'Driscoll. Ball presented, and Ireland find themselves back in the half, and they were saying it was out, and Sexton throws the ball away in disgust. He was convinced he was okay to compete at the back, and the ball was out.
Or not, I've deemed it to be inside, and I've shot it as loud as I can.
And the referee gives him the explanation.
We'll see it here again, but I'm with the referee on this one, I've got to say.
Yeah, it hadn't come out from behind the last foot. Close.
But all that coming from a soft turnover, it has to be said. I know he wasn't expecting the ball, but he should have been expecting it from Mike Ross. And he lost possession very, very easily.
What about this break, though, from Cian Healy?
Superb. I mean, look, it's what we're asking of him. We're missing Sean O'Brien, we're missing O'Connell. Not that I'm comparing O'Connell to O'Brien as a ball carrier, but we need someone, a go-to player, and he is certainly that out there in terms of ball carrying.
He's a ferocious competitor, Cian Healy. Midfield, Scotland spill the ball forward, another big collision. Luke Marshall makes the tackle, and this ball there for Rory Best, and O'Driscoll surveys the options and decides downfield it goes, and Trimble goes after it, and Hogg will look to create something, but he's run into a bit of a cul-de-sac and then found the gap when there didn't seem to be one, and Lamont is there on his shoulder. It was high risk from Stuart Hogg, but credit the fullback, he is a class act. Best makes the tackle as it's set up again for Laidlaw and Weir, and Scotland continue to try and find a way, attack through pace, but Ireland keep that defensive line strong. Richie Gray, who of course scored a try against Ireland back in 2012, gets his hands on the ball, and it's now there for Laidlaw. Scotland up to the Irish half and into the Irish half. It's opened up as a game as the bodies get tired. Evans, Mike Ross in front of him. Swinson, O'Mahony in to try and compete. Lamont picks it up and looks to hand off Toohey and Toner, but the two big men combined to put him down. Laidlaw to Denton. Healy told to get away from it. Laidlaw, and now Weir. And a little kick through from Taylor, and it's being chased, but Carney had plenty of time and did well to see it out as Dunbar looked to try and capitalise. But Scotland, to their credit, found a way back into Irish territory, and we may well be into the final quarter, but a try at this point, and this game will still very much be on, as Ireland are going to make a change. Martin Moore in for his first international cap, and Mike Ross makes way, and there's more to come as well, as I see Jack McGrath and Tommy O'Donnell both
like a bit of
with the tracksuit tops off. They will be introduced momentarily.
I think Moore is potentially another Cian Healy. He's a little pocket battleship. He really is. He's powerful. And he has the potential to be. I'll tell you this, Mike Ross is under pressure. This is a big quarter of an hour, or last quarter of the game for Marty Moore to make a statement. And a big play coming up from Scotland too, because as you say, if they can get points on the board, then they'll scrap to the end. Otherwise, Ireland are in control.
Marty Moore at the front of this Irish line-out. As Alistair Dickinson comes in as well for Scotland as they And Scotland go towards the back, and down it comes, and Devon Turner read that one all the way. And they were looking to go through the middle of the line out, but Turner shut the door, and Murray completes the job. That's a very good kick from Conor Murray.
That's better than very good. That is superb. He had no right to get that distance given the pressure he was under. Right-hand side, right-footed kicker, and he's taken play almost to the halfway line. As Conor alluded to before the game, when it comes to kicking the box, I'm telling you, he's one of the best.
And Jack McGrath is in. There's Cian Healy is pulled ashore. This is as much about experience for the new guys as it is about player management with Wales on a 6-day turnaround.
Yeah, it's a nice balance, but a nice position to be in for Smith at this stage.
Scotland with the line-out win, and Lamont, who's been very active without a huge amount of return in terms of making clean breaks that have got in behind the Irish defence, and Ireland defend again and go hard after the ball at the breakdown, but Scotland have held on. 16 minutes left on the clock. Denton
run away, Green!
Runs over the Irish defenders, and it's there for Weir, who chooses to kick in behind, and Rob Kearney follows it all the way. Good kick from Weir, pins Ireland back towards their 5-metre line again.
But again, they're reduced all the time to that, and credit Ireland defensively. When you look at the Scottish, when they have the ball in hand, the tendency is to go into contact as the first preference, whereas for Ireland they're looking to attack space all the time, and then at the end of it all what you're looking to is a kick ahead, which they're doing quite well, but this should be Ireland's retention of possession, and again getting out of the 22.
Matt Scott comes in. It's not Lamont that's gone, it's Taylor.
Cross match feature, use it once.
Murray again. Trimble will chase. Lamont will come, and Trimble knocks it backwards off the foot of an Irish player. So okay to continue. O'Driscoll did well because Scotland been able to ship that ball on. They had players out wide, and McGrath somehow pops up with the ball and gets Ireland going forward again. Murray, kick come off a Scottish hand, but it might work out as Trimble somehow finds his way through a maze of Scottish players and sets it up for Ireland again. Here's Marty Moore, gets his hands on the ball and is put to ground by Swinson. It's there for Sexton, and Sexton delays the pass, and Toner tried to offload to Jamie Heaslip, but Scottish player got there, and Ireland were warned not to come around.
I shot it not out.
And O'Driscoll is the one who's penalised, and Laidlaw goes, and it's a little bit of sevens type rugby now as both sides play it quickly, and across the pitch we go once more, and the pass basketball style doesn't come off. It's knocked forward, and after all that from one side to the other, it's a put into the scrum, and it'll be Irish ball.
Well, I think common sense should prevail here from Ireland, insofar as while Scotland have to throw caution to the wind, while they've got to go down that 7, Ireland don't, and that's why there should be no forcing in the pass at this stage, as we saw from Toner that time. Retain possession as they have done so effectively for so long in this game, particularly in the second half.
Rory Best is called ashore, and Sean Cronin comes in, and Tommy O'Donnell is in also, and O'Mahony, who's put in a terrific shift, makes way. Rory Best, we'll have to look at that try again. I'm hearing in my ear that Heaslip, or that try that I credited to Jamie Heaslip, Rory Best may well have been the man who eventually got the touchdown. We'll have a look at that again in a couple of minutes' time. And we get the opportunity. Conor Murray feeds, and Heaslip controls at the back. It's a better scrum from Scotland. Murray, Sexton, O'Driscoll, straight and true. Trimble is there also. Murray, that's caught, and not for the first time, but this time illegally. And Conor Murray, I think, will probably make the point that he's been not protected to the level that he would feel he should be protected at times at the breakdown through this game.
By his teammates, but at least the referee is stepping into the breach there, and picking up the penalty. That's the right call. Slow it down, up the line, play it simple.
And into touch it goes from Jonathan Sexton now. Here's a look at this try. Jamie Heaslip at the back, Rory Best there. There's two of them. There's Rory Best's hand and Jamie Heaslip's hand. And I'll let the sighting commissioner give you. Rory Best comes up with it, and it's Heaslip seems to say it's yours.
We have given 50% each.
No doubt the boys in studio will be definitive. Let's keep an eye on the game as
Non-happy ball is out.
McGrath sets it up. Murray, O'Driscoll. Murray again. And he slipped.
20 blue away.
Devon Toner. Conor Murray. And dig it out, Dan Toohey, who, considering he came into this game late in the absence of Paul O'Connell, will be very pleased with his shift. Sexton. Carney goes up after. And Carney doesn't claim. It's a decision that Laidlaw caught and claimed the mark.
I'm not sure he did. I think that ball was fit. We may see it here in the replay. The referee was closer. Oh, how do you decide one or the other has that ball? I'm not sure.
Quickly taken, and it's kicked down to Ireland and given them the opportunity to counter-attack. Dave Carney.
Runaway 13.
Conor Murray. Jack McGrath. Marty Moore on his shoulder. McGrath presents the ball for Conor Murray. Jonathan Sexton and Luke Marshall in chase, and that kick is inch perfect. It was perfect for the chase, and when he didn't get there, it was perfect for territory.
Out of the Ronan O'Gara, very top drawer. Beautifully judged by Sexton. Down into that right corner. That is a beautiful kick. Lovely laid back, relaxed style. Knew exactly what he's doing. And that is crucifying from a Scottish point of view.
Pat MacArthur, the substitute hooker for Scotland, winning his 4th international cap, his first one against Ireland, sets it up, and that was good ball, but not particularly tidily dealt with. It's away with Beattie now, and O'Donnell comes across to make a crunching tackle. Trimble, as the ball doesn't find touch on the Scottish kick, if that's what it was intended to do. Carney on the counter-attack.
Runaway 6.
As we head towards the final 10 minutes of this game. Marty Moore again. Sexton. Cronin in midfield. O'Driscoll, lovely hands. Sexton delayed the pass. Carney had to stretch for it but did well. And then he runs into Dunbar, but good hands from the Irish three-quarter line. O'Donnell cut down by Jeff Cross. Conor Murray, Jonathan Sexton, Henry Sexton, the loop again from the Irish out half. Richie Gray chops him down. Devon Toner sets Ireland up again. McGrath, Murray, Marshall, Weir and Evans, two slighter men, try to rip the ball from the Ulster centre, but there's no joy. Lovely hands from Toohey to Henry. Ireland look to create another try through the phases. Carney, his 50th cap is capped magnificently. Try against the All Blacks in November, and a sweet, sweet try on the day of his 50th international cap.
You've got to say, and I don't want to sound overly simplistic, delighted for Rob Carney, needless to say, given the day that's in it. I don't want to sound overly simplistic, but you look at the two sides. Scotland have the ball, they look as if they're going nowhere. Ireland have the ball, they look likely every time, regardless of the number on the shirt. I think the score is now reflective of the way this second half have gone. So dominant have been Ireland. A really impressive performance and another very good team try, as we said. Brilliant offload by Toohey.
Absolutely, an absolute determination and joy on the face of Rob Carney as he scores his 9th international try. Made his debut back in Argentina in 2007. He's back to his very, very best. Ireland look like they're going to empty the bench. See Isaac Boss and Connie Jackson, Fergus McFadden all taking the tracksuit tops off. And Sexton looks to extend Ireland's lead. It's another 2 for Sexton. It'll be his last contribution to the game, you would think, as O'Driscoll makes way. And Sexton and Murray.
Scored by number 15, Rob Kenny. Converted by number 10, Jonathan Sexton.
28 points to 6. As Dave Carney, or Rob Carney, I should say, secures possession, and then Isaac Boss, who's in to win his 18th international cap, sends the kick downfield and into touch.
Number 9, Conor Murray. Number 22, Paddy Jackson, replacing number 10, Jonathan Sexton.
There's Isaac Boss.
Number 23, Fergus McFadden.
Played well again this season. Paddy Jackson, 6th international cap. And the final man to make his way from the Irish bench will be Ian Henderson, a late call-up. Is he wearing the number 19 jersey?
Guys, the line-out's over here, so green step off.
And that will be the entire Irish bench.
Yeah.
And it's Devon Toner, who he'll make way for. Henderson, of course, can operate in the second row or the back row. MacArthur.
Replacement for Scotland.
Denton did well to hold on and not forward.
Number 9, Greg Laidlaw.
Not easy ball. Custer is in. Scrum half for Scotland.
Number 4, Devon Toner.
Ball change as Marshall goes scrapping for the ball. We're inside. Final 7 minutes. Beattie. McFadden makes the tackle. Welcome to return to action for Fergus McFadden. 22nd international cap, of course, played for the Wolfhounds last week against the England Saxons. The referee says turnover, and Ireland, and the ball doesn't come, get the penalty.
And that has been the other significant difference as well. At the breakdown, Ireland gradually have gone on top physically. They were competitive early on when Scotland were dominating in that area, albeit marginally. And as the game has gone on, the pendulum has very much swung Ireland's way. Extremely physical. Just every player giving everything he's got in contact to try and secure or to turn over possession.
You look at this game as we head towards the end. Tony and France and England, an absolute belter last night. Wales did what they had to do against Italy. You felt they never really hit second, third gear. You could argue that Ireland haven't really hit third, fourth gear here against Scotland and done the job. It's going to be intriguing next week when Ireland and Wales meet.
For sure. I don't think we saw anything of Wales yesterday. They've kept a lot in reserve, I've no doubt. We're in for some match here in 6 days' time.
Boss, Jackson, and McFadden steps back inside. Ball is held on to, and he's been consistent the whole way. Both sides know what they are expected to do. Ireland don't do it on that occasion, and penalty goes to Scotland. It's going to be a difficult week for them.
Next throw, yeah. Okay, all right. Time off.
Injuries to a couple of Scottish players stop the clock. It's been very, very physical. It's an understatement. In the first half in particular, every part of the game was trench warfare.
But credit Ireland, they knew it was coming. They've prepared for it and they've stood up for it. And the huge psychological blow, I mean, it was well recorded before the game. I mean, even when I was walking into the ground, the number of people who stopped me in relation to O'Connell not being available, that was a huge blow. But Ireland have still gone out, they've done the business, they've been physical, and they've eventually won this war of attrition.
Quick word while we have a moment on the RBS Six Nations man of the match, your choice.
Yeah, well, there's been so many. I mean, Denton was very good in the first half for Scotland, but so many Irish players have stood up. I thought O'Mahony was outstanding throughout. Sexton, tremendous all-round game of control. Andrew Trimble's done very well on the wing. Marshall in the centre, but for me the man of the match is the captain. I think he's really stepped into the breach today. A big problem obviously with O'Connell not there. He has been the man who, for me anyway, has dominated this game more than any other in terms of putting his body on the line defensively and being in support in attack. The RBS RTE man of the match, Jamie Heaslip.
And he will confirm, no doubt, afterwards whether it was he or Best that scored that try.
Very comfortable with that.
Initially, no doubt, I felt it was Jamie Heaslip, but I'd be surprised to see when Rory Best was the one that looked at Heaslip afterwards that it'll be Best who gets the credit.
Set! Stand up. Keep it over right. Yeah, both of you left. Gentlemen, hey guys, it's been good all game. Don't try hit and chase. Hit and forward.
Another player I didn't mention there as well, Keane Healy, outstanding hour before being called ashore.
Bind! Set! Yes.
Just a little over 2 minutes left at the Aviva Stadium. And Ireland in cruise control now. Jackson. Boss. Henderson. This is a fella with huge potential. O'Donnell.
Let it go, Blue! No, 7!
Advantage Ireland. Jackson, little chip and chase, bounce of the ball, Scotland's way, no advantage accruing, so back will come for the penalty.
Again, Jackson had the benefit of knowing that it was coming up anyway, so well worth a try.
Okay, thank you.
In an attempt to regather his own chip.
Yeah, I think so. Were you the one competing on the halfback? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the RBS Six Nations man of the match is Jamie Heaslip.
Tony's decision announced to the crowd at the Aviva Stadium. Might be an extremely tight championship come the end. Remember, if Ireland could latch on another try, it could be so important at the end. We remember other championships that have been decided by the last play of the game. And you often look back and think, maybe, just maybe, McFadden heads in the right direction as it's set up again for Jackson and Carney. Trimble on his shoulder. Ireland right out tight to the touchline.
Roll away, Blue!
Boss needs to watch his feet and does so as McGrath is fed. Boss again. Jackson, maybe not the right man on that occasion to make the carry.
Forward!
Boss. McGrath. O'Donnell on his shoulder. Quick clear out required. Boss takes it on himself. Scotland go in search. And it's still there. Sean Cronin gets his hands on it. O'Donnell after him. Chris Henry picks and goes. Crowd look for a departing gift as McGrath goes on an arcing run, and this will be the last play of the game. Is there anything else on this opening day of the Six Nations for Ireland? Cronin. Sean Cronin, he's so strong. His upper body strength almost got him there. McGrath and Moore on his shoulder. Boss Jackson, little kick in behind for Carney. Will it work out? The bounce of the ball. It's very close, you know. It's very, very close. It bounced back and Carney did the acrobatics. But was it good enough?
Try no try, please.
Wouldn't it be tremendous for the Carney family? They both got in for a try on this Rob's 50th. But we saw it in Paris yesterday. The ball will bounce anywhere. It's the nature of the game. And that might well, as you said, it bounced back.
Well, a lovely little dink from Jackson. And then where to?
Was it on the line? We need to see that again.
Well, the finish.
The finish was brilliant regardless. But I think the ball may have hit the line.
I don't know, Tony.
Well, we'll see it again. But what a finish regardless.
Finish
is incredible. How did he get the ball down before going over the line? Fantastic. That's not the issue. This is the issue. See, again, we can't see it there. Did the ball hit the line?
The touch judge is right there. You can see him looking at
He's
it.
not reacting, so that would seem to indicate. Oh, God. We need to see that again. What a finish.
Yes, Carlo.
It's not try. Ball went touchline.
Ball went touch.
That's what I was afraid of.
No try. Crowd disappointed. Carney did everything he could, but in the end, that will have to be good enough for Ireland. And a 28 points to 6 victory on the first day of their RBS Six Nations will feel mighty good as they head towards their 6-day turnaround and a meeting with Wales here next Saturday afternoon. For Scotland, there is a lot of work to do. They had the commitment and they had everything that they could ask for in terms of physicality in the first half, but there was no nuance there. There was no subtlety, and they could find this a long and arduous Six Nations campaign unless they can find an answer. Final score for the record at the Aviva Stadium: Ireland 28, Scotland 6.